Well, there you have it. Let's still stay a while longer on this particular matter. Now, we are joined over the line by Dr. H.A. Kanku, who is a political analyst there. Good afternoon, Doc.
Hi, good afternoon.
Great to have you.
Thanks so much. I'm happy to join you.
Great. I believe you've been monitoring the former president's remarks after the Supreme Court's ruling.
Oh, you guide with your questions.
Great.
Let's have the discussion. Yeah.
Very well then. He has made some claims there as against some other assertions. One, disappointed in the Apex Court's the final ruling, and of course also accusing the Electoral Commission of actually being in bed with the governing party and of course doing its bid. For a personality who is actually the leader and a flag bearer of an opposition party, the largest arguably, making such remarks moment after such a sensitive matter was ruled in court. How does this pan out in our body of politicking?
Yeah, thanks for your question. First of all, communication always plays a role, and he addressed his audience, or he engaged in a political speech after it was given. After the verdict was given. Now, you asked an important question of how it pans out within our political system. And that is a very important thing to consider. The point is that it was a very significant ruling. There was some expectation, and it was a ruling that was going to have a major impact on the way the conduct is, the way the elections are conducted, the process of it, and of course, inevitably, consequences for its own outcome. And so it was a very significant day or ruling for our body politic. Again, the significance can be seen in the sense that this was something that was taken to court by the NDC as well. And so as the leader of the political party, which was looking for those reliefs, it does say something that he found it important to come out and give a speech or address on the evening of the very day. And so to me, when I look at this from the communication, it shows the amount of, or the level of importance that is being attached to this. That it was still in the evening, they found it very important to do a live broadcast. That really shows you how important, the level of importance they attach to this particular event. So that's one. In terms of when the communication took place, we had a lot of NDC bigwigs over there. And this is something that could have been done by any party official. The response, in fact, we saw an initial one by the General Secretary and all of that. But the fact that you have the leader, the face of the party, come to address the nation definitely shows that it is something that is resonating at the highest level. It was sanctioned by him and is really behind this. And so it drives up, or it ratchets up the importance. He also gets a lot of mileage because if it's the level of importance of the personality that addresses the speech, it matches with the weight that is being attached to it. So one is the flag bearer. Of course, there are a lot of people who are going to pay attention to it. So that's one. Now, we should now come to the substantive issues of the speech itself. There were I spent some time when I got a call that I was going to be on to do this interview. I spent some time reviewing and then doing a bit of content analysis of the speech. And then you realize that there are some major themes or some major frames that are used in communicating. And so you ask yourself, anytime that a person gives a speech, what you are asking yourself is, why is he giving the speech? What is he trying to achieve with the speech? Does he make any, does he have any support? Any points to support the claims that he's making? How does that contribute to the overall perception of the person giving the speech? And what kind of effect is it going to have? So when you are engaging in speech analysis, these are some of the questions that you ask yourself. And so the first thing is, what is he trying to achieve with the speech? I think the first thing that he's trying to achieve is that he is trying to reassure his supporters. he is trying to placate them even in the midst of a very huge court loss or legal loss. There is likely to be some despondency, some disenchantment, some disappointment among his audiences. And that is likely to bring about some apathy among his constituents. And I think it was very, very important for him as the leader and as the candidate to go out there and marshal his forces, to go out there and get them to kind of assuage them and to kind of to get them on board to say, hey, this didn't go well, but I don't want you to be disappointed. So if you look, one of the major themes over there was endurance. And so he admitted very, very early on, after greeting all of us, he admitted that he's disappointed and strongly agrees with the ruling after greeting Ghanaians. So that's one. But then he goes on to say that they should not see that as a setback, but they should endure and see it as a sacrifice. Now, so he has now reframed the debate as a civic responsibility, not just as an MPP, NDC thing, but as a civic responsibility by his supporters and for Ghanaians. Now, he also goes on to attack the MPP, saying that it is an attempt by a desperate incumbent to manipulate the election. Those are his words, not mine. He also says the NPP has put politics ahead of the people.
Doc. Hello? Well, we apologize there. We've lost Dr. H.C. Kanku there, who is a political analyst there, giving us his take on the former President John Mahama's submission and also claims that he made moments after the Supreme Court ruling there. But you're still watching Newsroom right here on GH1 Television.